This is insane. I don't want to die.
I can see the main street right there. Cars coming by.
What is that?
Isolation often turns a peaceful escape into a sudden fight for survival. From a pale, human-shaped figure crawling through the Ohio woods to a wild puma stalking a silent campsite, these encounters prove that you're never truly alone. When the forest starts watching back, would you stand your ground or get out fast? On October 28, 2025, Dee went solo camping deep in the Ohio woods, leaving her car parked far from camp. The night felt normal until she heard movement behind her and swept her flashlight through the trees.
I'm not scared. I'm nervous, but...
briefly catching what looked like a pale, human-shaped figure crawling on all fours. Seconds later, a sharp scream echoed from deeper in the forest, and she packed up immediately and headed back to her vehicle. Viewers called it a skinwalker, but it could also have been wildlife shadows or distance distortion. Either way, the lesson is simple. When you are alone, keep an exit plan and leave early when things turn unpredictable. Would you try to confirm what you saw or get out fast? On November 13th, 2025, the YouTube channel Sam Walks a Lot uploaded a nighttime exploration filmed inside Grovely Woods in Wiltshire, England, an area shaped by centuries of human conflict movement and survival. The video follows Sam and her companion as they enter the forest after dark to search for abandoned World War II bunkers known as the Stanton Shelters.
He thinks he can lead us to one or two of the forgotten World War II bunkers. We actually got lost.
Don't say that.
And second, we are here to see if the stories are true. Are the ghosts of World War II really haunting the Amosor? Or are the older, more tragic spirits the ones we should be worried about?
Let's go.
And let's go in.
As they walk along a straight woodland path, attention turns to the Roman road beneath them, once used for military movement across different eras.
It is not just the 20th century. This straight track under our feet is the Great Ridge Road. It was laid down almost 2,000 years ago by the Romans, and it became a lifeline for centuries afterwards. And it is wild to think that this was once a military artery, handled the heavy weight of trucks while moving ammunition. There are several reports here of spectral soldiers' information, often described as half figures, like it would have been during Roman times, and the noise of distant marching and the clinking of armor.
Local accounts are mentioned, including stories of spectral soldiers, unexplained sounds, and a tale about a golden carriage that supposedly vanished along the road.
I was up here about 2 years ago visiting the witches' trees and met a couple of young ladies cycling up the Roman road on her mountain bike, and a horse-drawn carriage was coming towards her. And when it got close, she could see that it was a royal carriage. It was all gold. Now, she thought at first it was just some kind of a reenactment or something, and as the carriage went past, she looked over her shoulder and the carriage completely disappeared.
The exploration continues toward an area connected to the Hansel sisters legend, where unease grows, faint voices are heard.
And it is the story of the Hansel sisters. In 1737, smallpox epidemic tore through the nearby town of Wilton. The panicked locals turned on 4 Danish sisters with last name Hansel. They were accused of witchcraft, dragged here in the woods, and they were killed. And that gnarly beech trees grew where the bodies were buried. So maybe in memory or legends, the Hansel sisters were linked to these roots. So now we are just stopping by We're gonna see if we can find the trees in the dark. Whispers I heard near the trees, like it happened when I was here last time, and that was during the daytime. We have voices coming from either the left or the back, but it sounded like women. But I heard them. I'm glad that it wasn't just me, because I hope nobody's worshipping by the trees.
Yeah.
We saw some eyes popping.
And a handheld device activates near a circle of trees.
So if there's anyone here with us now, if you interact with this, he will pick your presence up. He doesn't do anything, he just makes a sound and changes color. Oh no! Thank you for that. Thank you so much. That was immediate.
Straight away.
We just got a red light.
So I see if it would go to my voice. Please turn red.
If you blow cold air on it, it's going to go blue. And it makes the blue bleep sound. Okay. But thank you anyway. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's the second time it's
That
gone
is
red
the second time that it's gone red when I say red.
Yeah.
Can you see the lights inside and turn the colours on? Can you try with purple or blue? Red again. Okay. Well, thank you. That means that there's a hot spot there.
Yeah.
No frigging way.
One on each tree.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Near the wartime bunkers, tension rises before the group decides to leave without further incident.
What are you doing here? Is it that one hasn't gone off? It hasn't gone red or anything. If you're here with us, could you please approach that black box with a green light? Okay, strangled by whom? What is your name?
Hiding.
You're hiding, okay. Where are you hiding?
Cyrus.
Cyrus, your name is Cyrus. Hi Cyrus, it's nice to meet you. Why are you hiding? We're not going to hurt you, we just want to talk.
Drain camera.
You're going to drain my camera? Oh, okay. Jeffrey, so there's more than one person here. Hi Jeffrey, how many spirits here? Do you know that you're dead? That's 2 questions. Tell me something about yourself. Anna, okay, that's my mom's name. Could you please talk to us? You're not far from here. Where are you? I did ask where are you earlier.
Yeah.
Where are you? Not far from here, where? And why are you here? Were you here during the war? You're mourning. What are you mourning? Are you giving me a headache? Is it you that is giving me a headache?
From an educational perspective, places like Grovely Woods highlight the importance of preserving wartime structures, not as sources of fear, but as historical evidence of past conflicts, civilian hardship, and the realities of war. These sites offer valuable opportunities for learning and remembrance, yet they are often misunderstood or overlooked, allowing myths to overshadow their historical significance. The experience raises a broader question as time passes, and physical traces fade. Will future generations recognize these places as lessons about history and peace, or remember them only through stories shaped by fear and legend? After nearly 3 years of living in a stealth camper, YouTuber No Limit Van Life reviewed his security footage in October 2023 and realized how close he had come to a potentially dangerous situation.
When I'm checking my cameras, my security cameras, I can't see what's happening live. So while I was checking the cameras, might have been when he came back. He might have been out there. Oh man, what would I even do? I do have a plan. In those moments, you forget plans. Right flashlight for my mountain bike. Gel, it's supposed to be better than pepper spray. He's looking in those windows. I'll pop out through my partition, wave at him in the window. I haven't gotten past that. The other thought is to open the side door, pop out there with the pepper spray and the flashlight and the camera.
The video shows a man approaching the van late at night and looking through the windows before eventually leaving without trying to break in. The cameras were not being watched live, which meant the encounter went completely unnoticed at the time it happened. Situations like this highlight the importance of using cameras with motion alerts, choosing well-lit or secure parking areas, and positioning the vehicle in a way that reduces blind spots. When your home is a parked van, preparation becomes an important part of staying safe. How ready do you think someone needs to be before a quiet night suddenly turns uncertain? In 2024, Jamie, a solo camper, stopped along Ped's Way in Norfolk to spend the night in a place that felt empty, cold, and silent. While preparing dinner, he heard strange, distant singing drifting from the woods.
I don't know what the hell's going on tonight. I can hear all sorts of weird singing going on in those woods. I think I'm gonna cook my tea and fuck off. There's weird singing woods, road, Pedder's Way, JB, Base Camp 1.
Uneven voices that did not sound like music and immediately created unease. He retreated into his van and locked the doors, but later noticed a faint light moving between the trees, separate from any road or vehicle. The glow shifted slowly, as if something was walking through the forest.
Just got out of the van to have a piss. What the fuck is that? There's a light in the bloody woods now. I'll tell you what, fuck this.
And Jamie decided to start the engine and leave without waiting to investigate further. Moments like this highlight the importance of staying alert, securing shelter, and leaving early when something feels wrong in remote areas. When camping alone far from help, how quickly should instinct override curiosity? The next clip comes from It's Bates, a YouTube channel known for nighttime forest explorations, camping challenges, and fear-based paranormal-style games. It is September 8th, 2022, in an open field with nearby woodland and a construction site. Two members of the group prepare to leave the tent and move toward the nearby forest. The night is cold and extremely dark, with the open field offering very little cover, and the tree line ahead appearing almost completely black. As they walk, distant alarms and faint noises echo from the surrounding area, making it difficult to determine where the sounds are actually coming from.
Don't come back because I heard the sound from there earlier.
What if no one comes back?
Well, I swear I keep seeing things. Even though it's the scariest thing ever. Wait! This is the construction site, the alarm might go on.
No, but we're not in the building. Do you hear that?
Yeah, I do. Let's just hide. Crouch! Crouch! Me, same, I'm shivering.
They talk through the rules for their Midnight Demons tag game, attempting to stay calm, but the quiet surroundings make every small noise feel stronger as they move closer to the woods.
What is that?
Where?
Oh, this is stipends. Is that a stipends? That's a stipends. Oh my god. Yo. Oh my god. Thank god, it's stipends. What?
Did you see something?
I don't know. We saw like a red thing and then we heard something.
I was in the middle of the field. I was trying to get to you guys. I went to the forest area back there.
Yeah.
Like all the way back there.
Yeah.
And I swear I heard like
Wait, you went all the way back there?
like you see this forest, like big trees.
Yeah.
One member of the group suddenly notices what appears to be a red light, or possibly a figure far in the distance. Everyone reacts immediately, unsure whether it is one of their friends or something else entirely. Later, one person admits they tried to frighten the others, but the earlier noises coming from the forest are never clearly explained. The group spends the remainder of the night inside the tent discussing what happened during the game. Although some moments later turn out to be pranks, the darkness of the open field and the constant background sounds make the entire experience feel far more intense than expected. In places like that, even small sounds can change how people react. If you had been standing there in the dark field, would you have walked toward the woods or stayed inside the tent? The next disturbing video of the night comes from Aaron Evans, a UK-based adventure and exploration vlogger who investigates haunted forests, caves, and locations connected to local folklore with his dog Bailey. The channel centers on immersive, real-time experiences, combining paranormal investigation with outdoor adventure and camping. It is August 2nd, 2025 in the United Kingdom. Aaron and his group begin by visiting a tower associated with the legend of Lady Sally, but the entrance is locked. A local directs them toward a nearby cave system believed to be the only accessible part of the area, and they decide to explore there instead. As they approach the cave entrance, the group moves carefully, aware that the tunnels may be tight and unstable. Bailey, the dog, stays close, confidently leading the way as they prepare to head inside.
This is insane. Let's go to the other ones. I don't want... Bro, I don't want to die. This is scary. Bro, it opens up even more. Oh my god, it goes further. Okay, let's go.
Inside the cave system, the passages quickly narrow before opening into larger chambers. The low ceilings and uneven ground force them to move slowly and carefully. One member mentions feeling uneasy in the confined space while Bailey continues forward without hesitation. The darkness, echoing footsteps, and tight tunnels create a tense and claustrophobic atmosphere as they make their way through.
Looks like a witch's tree. We've decided that this spot here is going to be home for the night. Right next to the spooky tree. There's like a branch, basically a tree, leaning up against the oak tree, but it's fallen over, and the only thing that's holding up is the oak tree. So we're just going to move over like to this spot here.
After leaving the caves, the group sets up camp near a twisted tree locals refer to as the Witch's Tree. Using a stone fire pit, they prepare food and settle in for the night. But the forest begins to feel increasingly uneasy as daylight fades. Small sounds from the surrounding woods and shifting shadows make the location feel more isolated than expected.
Good morning. Well, I didn't sleep very well last night. I could hear this like weird sort of screeching, barking, and then on top of that as well, Bailey was just like sat up almost like all night long. So I don't know what that was about.
During the night, strange screeching noises echo through the forest. The sounds resemble animals but seem unusually loud and close. Bailey remains alert, watching the tree line and reacting to movement that the group cannot clearly see. No figures appear, but the atmosphere stays tense enough to keep everyone awake. By morning, the group packs up camp and heads to a nearby churchyard in search of Sally's grave. Many of the headstones are worn and difficult to read, and they are unable to confirm the exact location. The trip to Sally in the woods ends without answers. Sometimes, locations with long stories attached to them feel different once night falls, even when nothing clearly appears on camera. If you had spent the night there and heard those sounds in the forest, would you have stayed until morning or left the campsite early? The video comes from The Northwest Wind, an outdoor adventure and stealth camping channel centered on solo overnight challenges in unusual locations. The creator records real-time stealth camping attempts in urban or restricted places, often showing the genuine risks involved when plans begin to fall apart. It is March 28, 2025, in a housing development in the United States.
Can you guys see? I don't know how well you can see. I'm behind a dumpster and more wood and stuff. And we're gonna attempt to sneak into this bad boy. Gonna turn off the light. Okay. Let me turn on the red light, actually. This is too much. Oh, that's too much. Stop. I'm telling the light to stop. Alright, I can't see anything back here. I'm gonna try and go around back.
Sam returns to a residential construction site for what he calls Stealth Camp 39, arriving after dark in hopes of avoiding attention. Almost immediately, a construction worker appears between two unfinished houses using a torch while loading equipment into a work truck. Realizing the site is still active, Sam backs away and parks his vehicle about half a mile away, deciding to approach the area on foot instead.
Cops, 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 cops. Cops, cops. I gotta get the out of here. They're parked right there. They're 10 feet away. They're 10 feet away. He stopped right there.
While walking back along the main road, a police car passes twice, increasing his anxiety. He hides behind a construction trailer and a dumpster, waiting for the street to become quiet before slipping into one of the unfinished houses. Once inside, he drops his gear and carefully moves toward the front of the building to check whether the road is clear. 2 police vehicles pull up close to the property. From inside the house, Sam realizes officers are only a short distance away, and that remaining inside could result in being caught. He quickly gathers his gear and runs out the back of the property toward the wooded area behind the development, abandoning the stealth camping attempt entirely.
They're flashing the light back here now too. All right, this is I'm trapped. If I go back, the houses are right there. I can't go anywhere else. I can't go anywhere else. I'm trapped. I might get arrested right now. All right, let's just... Every step I take. Every step I... Oh, there's one of them. Okay, there's one of them. I'm on the ground. One of them is right at the border of the lines of the houses. My camera's flashing red because it's recording.
Trying to create more distance between himself and the construction site, he climbs down a steep ravine and crosses a shallow creek, soaking his boots. Thick brush, uneven ground, and the cold make the escape physically exhausting. But he continues moving until he reaches safer ground deeper in the woods. The stealth camping attempt lasts less than an hour and never becomes an overnight stay. Cold, wet, and tired, Sam eventually returns to his vehicle parked near a church and reflects on the events. The night ends as a failed attempt, but also as a reminder that stealth camping in active residential areas can bring real consequences. If you were in that unfinished house and saw those police cars pull up, would you have stayed hidden or run for the woods? On December 25, 2024, the YouTube channel Maggiepotamus and Jen uploaded what was meant to be a wholesome video featuring Jen and her dog Maggie. Known for calm feel-good content, Jen was filming a lighthearted Halloween clip, planning to dress Maggie as a small ghost in a wooded park. Everything felt playful and harmless until a sudden piercing scream echoed through the trees, instantly turning a cheerful moment into something deeply unsettling.
You ready? We're gonna try again. Now that it's all dirty and torn to shreds, you're gonna make the best dirty girl. Whoa. Oh my god.
Although she felt uneasy, Jen tried to keep filming. Her reaction, however, clearly showed fear and confusion. Eventually, the stress became too much, and she stopped recording and contacted the police to report what she had heard. According to Jen, officers arrived and searched the area but found nothing unusual. In the video description, she suggested the sound might have come from a fox, a bobcat, or another animal, but she quickly ruled that out. She also considered the possibility of people trying to scare her, yet stated that police found no evidence anyone else was present. Jen said that if it was not a prank, the sound might have come from someone in danger or distress. Viewers debated many possibilities. Do you think this was an animal, a joke, or something more serious? On August 3rd, 2022, the YouTube channel Amazonia Sobrevivencia Primitiva uploaded a video where the creator shares content focused on wildlife hiking and moments from his daily life. At times, he travels deep into the forest to relax and reconnect with nature, just like in this video where he set out simply to clear his thoughts and enjoy the surroundings.
Se perder aqui na floresta amazônica é muito fácil. Além da gente, pelo fato de estar coberto o sol, ficar pouco desorientado, aqui a mata em todo lugar, entre uma estrada que está a 7 km, voltando aqui em direção à beira do rio, na abertura aproximadamente de 2 a 3 km, porque às vezes o rio faz volta e a abertura também faz, mas o suficiente para mim ter pequenas variações. Cada uma dessas poças de água com certeza tem peixe, mas se você chegar e entrar de uma vez nessas poças, a possibilidade de você encontrar com um peixe elétrico é muito grande.
After some time, he hangs his hammock high between the trees, far enough above the ground to feel protected from any possible danger. As he settles in to rest, something unexpected appears nearby.
Tava bem aqui pertinho, chegou e eu não escutei. 2 onças vermelhas, rapaz. Eita, animais bonitos.
A curious puma quietly wanders into his camping area, slowly moving through the space and observing its surroundings. Fortunately, it does not seem interested in hunting. Instead, it remains calm, allowing the creator a rare chance to watch the animal from a close distance. Eventually, the puma moves on and nothing further happens. It shows calm behavior and does not see the camper as prey, but the situation remains dangerous because wild animals can react without warning. In a moment like this, would staying still be safer, or would quietly leaving the area be the better choice? A man was walking through the forest at night with his dogs when they suddenly started growling and acting uneasy after hearing a strange and unfamiliar sound.
Lola, Miley, come on, let's go. It sounds large, whatever it is. Come on, girls. Come on, girls.
The dogs looked tense and confused, which led him to record their behavior on his phone. As the noises grew louder, the situation began to feel increasingly unsafe. He moved into a small cabin in the forest for shelter where he stayed with the dogs until the sounds finally faded and the forest became quiet again. What makes the video unsettling is how genuine the dogs' reactions seemed, with no obvious signs of staging, suggesting that something unexpected may have been nearby. The dogs likely sensed something close, possibly a wild animal reacting to their presence. What do you think caused the sounds, and would you have stayed or left right away? After finishing a fishing trip, the creator behind the TikTok account Link Sangler began heading home. To get there, he had to cross an open field filled with cows. At first, the situation appeared calm and uneventful. Without warning, however, the mood suddenly changed, and the moment quickly became frightening. What began as distant movement soon caught his attention and raised concern.
It's okay. Don't run at me. You're alright, you're alright. You're alright, mate, you're alright. You're a fucking big boy, you. You're a fucking big boy. Young bull. Hey, what's up with all these cows following me? It's like I'm getting chased out the field, mate. Oh damn. I'm actually getting chased by cows, I'm not even fucking joking. Fucking straight over. What the fuck, mate? Oh my god. I'm shaking because I'm pumped full of adrenaline right now. But I've just been chased through a field by 3 young bulls and all of their cows. This one was charging, that one was charging. Oh, I'm pumped right now.
At first, the animals simply followed him from a distance. Then, several cows and young bulls suddenly started running, charging directly toward him across the field. The animals may have reacted out of curiosity or instinct, but once they began running, the risk became real. If this had happened to you, would you have tried to remain calm or run immediately?
That's it for tonight. Which moment creeped you out the most? Drop it in the comments. Have your own story? Share it with us, and stay tuned. The next one is even darker.